Okay. And Herman, welcome to class as well. Herman, how are you doing? Herman, can you hear me? Okay. Odd. Okay, and Nacho,
Yes.
how often? How often do you go to soccer games? How often do you go to games?
We usually go, I have to say, any every other weekend.
Awesome.
Every other
That's
week,
great.
yeah, because the team of the city plays one weekend here in the city, and the next weekend he has to visit an other place mm, to to play against another city, another team of the other city. Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you have one home game and then an away game.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
okay, awesome. And David, let's see if we can hear you now. David, are you there?
Yeah, Joshua, hello.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking you.
I'm doing well, thanks for asking.
It's
So
raining in Costa Rica.
I didn't hear
No,
you.
it's raining there.
No, I need to move
Oh,
actually. There's a fan close to me. Hold on, actually, I'll do that. I'll do that in a second. But yeah, I'll move in just a second. David, so what did you do today?
well, I went to the university in the morning. I attended some classes, and I come back to home because it's raining very hard these days. So,
Okay, nice. And Herman,
so
welcome. Maybe Herman, are you there? Okay. Well, let's get started on today's class, and let's start with Nacho. Nacho, can you read the title and the next couple of lines?
Okay, fairy tales. In today's class, we will talk about fairy tales. Read section of fairy tales, make up our own fairy tales.
Nice, good. That sounded really good, Nacho. Okay, and Herman, can you hear me? Herman, can you hear? No.
No.
Um, Maestra, I'm not really sure what's going on. I think if you go through the Verbling website, um, mm, mm, uh, so verbling.com should work, Maestra. Okay, and good. So let's go on in a second to the next page. And let's have Nacho. Can you ask David the first question?
David, what is a fairy tale?
okay, natural. Fairy tale is a history that is based in a science fiction. Um, I mean, it's for most of them is for children because in a fairy tale the characters are princess, well, knights and monsters.
Okay, so a story about with princesses, monsters, other villains. Awesome. Definitely a fairy tale. Um, okay, and David, can you ask Nacho the next question?
Yeah. Nacho, do you know any fairy tale from your country?
From my country, let me talk, think about. Yes, I can remember when I was a kid. Parents usually talk about the children about the man of the sack. the man of the back. We call it el hombre del saco, the man of the back, the sack or the back. That is about a man that come to pick the child up if his behavior is not good.
Okay. So it's about a man, maybe we'd say, who would come to pick kids up if their behavior wasn't good.
Yeah.
So, who would come? Awesome. Maybe the bag man or the sack man. I think those are good.
Yeah.
Maestro, welcome to class. Maestro, how are you doing?
Fine. Now I'm doing great.
Awesome. Perfect. I'm glad it actually worked out.
Thank you.
Okay. Maestro, where are you from?
I'm from Ecuador.
Ecuador. Great. It's strange calling another person in class maestra for me a little bit.
No, just call me Amy. Call me Amy. That's my name.
Okay. Amy, perfect.
Mhm.
Okay, and so, Amy, can you ask David the last question?
I don't have the document. Can you send me the
Okay.
link to the verb link chat?
Yeah, you should if you click on my name. Can you see my name?
Yeah, I'm
At the
clicking on
bottom of the
it.
page.
Yeah, but I can't see anything. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm gonna take off the screen share and then put it back up again. So
Okay.
hold on 1 second. So that might work. Does that work now? If you click on my name?
No.
Okay. We can also go to Google Drive, and if you go to Google Drive, you should be able to download it.
Okay, I'm going there.
There it is. Does that work?
No. I'm just going to, just pick
You
another
couldn't.
person.
Okay. You
I'm
couldn't
sorry about
download.
that.
No, don't be sorry. You couldn't download the slide on Google Drive.
I'm going to do that. Probably I'm having some problems with my internet. So
Okay.
yeah, just a minute or two and I'll be back. Probably have to come
Okay.
back in a few.
Okay.
Sorry.
Perfect. Don't be sorry at all. Okay. Let's go back. Okay, Nacho, can you ask David the last question?
Okay. David, do you have a favorite fairy tale?
Yeah, I like the fairy tale about the three pigs and the wood, if I remember right. Yeah, that is my favorite. Fairy tale.
Nice. Okay, good. So the fairy tale about the three pigs and the wolf.
Yeah, true.
What about you, Nacho? What's your favorite?
My favorite fairy tale, I think it could be the Magic Kings in Spain. It's like Santa Claus that is three Magic Kings that comes in the sixth of January and come with presents for all the children.
Okay, so they come on the 6th of January with presents for children. Nice.
Yeah.
The three Magic Kings. Awesome. That's perfect. Really good. Okay, and does anybody have any questions on this page?
No.
Okay, let's go to the next page. And Nacho, can you read the first 4 words and the title?
Okay, vocabulary. Allusion, curse, dramatic, and folklore.
Yeah, folklore. Good. And David, can you read the next 5 words?
Yeah, sure. Mysterious, narration or narrator, God, supernatural, and wicked.
Nice. Okay, good job. Yeah, that sounds great. You guys did a really good job with your pronunciation. Does anybody have any questions about any of these words?
Yes, please. What is allusion? What is the meaning of allusion?
Good question. David, do you know what an illusion is?
Yeah, I think so. So an illusion is, for example, well, when it's about fairy tale, in this case, I think, for example, a fairy tale could be an illusion of about prince, or about love, or about evil, or about friendship, things like that. Makes like an analogy with that thing.
David, I wish I could hear you a little bit better. I can't really hear you. Can you repeat that one more time? I'm sorry.
No, okay. So, illusion is like, for
Herman, mute your microphone. I'm trying to mute you and I can't quite. Thank you. Sorry, David, can you go ahead?
okay. An illusion is like an analogy that you make with another thing, for example. A history could be an illusion of friendship or love, or yeah. For example, a fairy tale could be an illusion of good things like friendship or like
Okay. I think, yeah, it's like something like that. Maybe it's a disguised or indirect reference to something or some other work. So you could make a reference to another book. You can make like a reference to friendship. Maybe like your friendship with somebody might be a little bit better, but I think, yeah, you could make a reference that's disguised or indirect, so it's not stated directly. Okay, any other questions?
I don't think so.
Okay. And Amy, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
And I can read the document now.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and so if there's no other questions, let's choose one word and write a sentence with that word. So choose a word and write a sentence in the chat box with that word.
Are you talking to me or to everybody?
Yeah, with everybody, yeah.
Okay, thank God. Okay.
And Herman, welcome back to class. Herman, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay, good.
Hello.
Yeah, I can. You're a little bit choppy, but that's okay. So Herman, we're writing sentences right now with these vocabulary words. So can you choose a word and write a sentence in the chat box with a vocabulary word?
Okay. For example, dramatic.
Okay, and can you write it in the chat box? So
when sorry, I am using an app in the tablet, and I don't know how to write it, but I could.
Okay, yeah, just read your
I
sentence
could.
then.
Okay. When he lied to her.
I'm not sure.
She was so dramatic.
Okay. So when he lied to her,
Yes.
she was so dramatic. I think that would work grammatically. Okay. Okay, good. Nice Nacho. And so can you repeat lied? Can you repeat lied, Herman?
Lied.
Okay, good. And Nacho, can you read your sentence?
Okay, the plot of the play was about the local folklore.
Okay, yeah. The plot of the play was about the local folklore. Good. I think that's good as well. The only thing is the capital T at the beginning
Yeah.
of the sentence.
Mhm.
But other than that, that's really good. Um, David or Amy, do either of you guys have a sentence? Okay, nice, David. And
Sentence.
yeah, can you read your sentence?
Yeah, sure. The dramatic narration makes allusion to Mr. Brooks.
So we need to make an allusion to something. What's it make an allusion to?
But yeah, like books that has mysterious in his argument.
Sorry, David. So, I'm not exactly sure what you're saying. And David, you're now muted. Can you repeat yourself though, really quickly?
Oh, uh, yeah, I said that the allusion is about books that talk about mysterious stories.
It is written in the chat box. Mysterious books.
Oh, wow. It's mysterious books. How did I not see that? I only saw. Okay. Okay, perfect. Mysterious books. Um, nice. Maybe we could say makes allusion to mystery books.
Yeah,
Although mysterious books would be good as well. So like
Mys-
unknown books.
mysterious is the what noun, and mystery is the verb.
Mysterious would be like an adjective describing book or a mystery book. Mystery. Okay. Yeah. And so, Amy, are you there? Amy.
Oh, here I am. I'm sorry. My microphone was. I'm sorry.
Muted. That's okay. Don't be sorry. Amy,
I've
did you
been
have a
sorry so many
sentence?
times already, right?
You're doing fine. Nothing's wrong. Nothing to be sorry about.
Can
But
I
yeah.
use the word narrator, or do I have to use any word or
Any word. Yeah.
any word? Okay. The narrator made the story sound a little too dramatic for me.
Nice. Too dramatic for me. This is great. No, the only small thing, the narrator. The narrator.
Narrator.
Yeah, nice.
Narrator.
Narrator. having trouble typing today, but good. And so that was great. Let's go on to the next page. Let's not do that page again. Okay, and let's have Nacho. Can you play the dad? And Amy, can you play the little boy?
Okay.
Okay. Once upon a time, there was
Hold it. You know what I like to see? I like to see the three bears eat the three little pigs, and then the bears join up with the big bad wolf and eat Goldilocks and Little Red Riding Hood. Tell me a story like that, okay?
And how should Hansel and Gretel meet their untimely demise?
The witch eats them, and then the wolf eats the witch.
Nice. That was great. Really good reading. Okay, so one thing, Amy, you know what I'd like to see? So when we've got that emphasis there, you know what I'd like to see? Can you repeat that sentence one more time?
You know what I like to see?
Good. Good. You know what I'd like to see? That was awesome. Your reading was awesome, though. I really loved how much effort you put into it. That was really, really good.
Thank you.
And Nacho, the only thing I saw was untimely demise. Can you repeat untimely demise?
Untimely demise. Yeah. Untimely demise.
Nice. Okay, good. And that was good. Good reading as well. Good pronunciation. Okay, and does anybody have any questions about this comic? Any questions?
No.
Joshua, could you tell me what is what when say timely demise?
Yeah, untimely demise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and does anybody know what an untimely demise is?
Yes. I think untimely demise is an unexpected death.
Yeah, it's an
Maybe
unexpected.
because it's too young.
Yeah, an unexpected death for any sort of reason. Just an unexpected death. Good. Okay, awesome. And any other questions here? Okay, and so do any of you know somebody like this little boy? Do any of you know somebody who likes bad endings to their fairy tales?
Yes.
Okay, can you explain?
Me. When I was a
Okay.
little girl, I used to write stories in Spanish, and all my stories were like that, like with bad endings or something very tragical happened at the end.
Nice. Awesome. We're like that. We wouldn't say tragical, we'd say tragic. When something tragic happened at the end.
Okay.
But awesome. That's awesome. At the end. Anybody else? Does anybody else have something like that they'd like to share? Okay, if not. Oh,
Sorry, no, a question. To join up, what is the meaning of join up? Similar to join? Or
not, what's the
join up?
meaning of? Sorry.
He says join up.
Join up.
Oh,
Join
like
up.
join. Well, can somebody explain it other than me? Does anybody know what join up means?
To meet, right?
Yeah, it's close to meet. It's a little bit more than just to meet.
That, like come or something like that? Like come up?
It's like to become a team. So like team up with, we'd say join up. You could say join forces with. Yeah, it's like become a team, team up with, join up, join forces with. Those are all the same thing as join up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And any other questions here? Any other questions? Okay. And so let's go to the next page. And let's start reading about some fairy tales. And let's have David, can you read the first paragraph?
Okay, Joshua. A fairy tale is a type of short story that typically features European folkloric fantasy characters, such as dwarves, elves, fairies, giants, gnomes, goblins, mermaids, ghosts, princesses, and usually magic or enchantments. Fairy tales may be distinguished from other folk narratives, such as legends, which generally involve belief in the veracity of the events described, and explicitly moral tales, including best fables. But I don't know a lot of words from that.
That sounded good though. Your internet connection seems a little bit low, or slow, but you're doing a good job. One thing I noticed was beast. Beast?
Oh, beast.
Yeah, beast. Um, Everything else sounded pretty good. I couldn't hear all of the words very well, but I think that sounded good, David. Um, David, do you have
No, no.
um,
Hey, alarm.
any,
No,
what was that?
an alarm clock or something.
Yeah,
Something that
an
just
alarm
no.
clock. Okay, and does anybody have any questions about anything on this first paragraph?
Well, fables, that word, please.
Fables.
Mhm.
Okay. So does anybody know what a fable is?
It's like um, a fantasy story.
Close. It's like a fairy tale with a very moralistic ending or message. So
Oh,
Aesop wrote fables. Does that make sense?
yes.
Aesop's fables.
Who is Aesop?
Aesop. He wrote fables like the tortoise and the hare. So the tortoise and the hare got in a race, and the tortoise won because the hare took a nap. Um, he wrote a lot of different fables about animals. Does that ring a bell, David? Does that ring a bell?
Sorry.
So it's like Little Red Riding Hood.
That's not Aesop.
No, what
Um,
I'm saying is that it's a fable.
Little Red Riding Hood is more of it's like a folklore thing because she doesn't really do anything wrong, except for take her grandmother food, and there's just a wolf. Um,
Yes, to that.
so fables
Yeah, the mother
fables
should
have more.
not stop to
What
speak
was
to
that?
strangers, and she stopped to speak to a stranger, and the mother told her to don't do it.
Okay, yeah, and so in that case, I guess you could say that's a little bit of a fable, for sure, for sure. So yeah, so any fable with is like a fantasy story with a moral, and so yeah, Little Red Riding Hood. If there's a moral to that story, then definitely that could be considered a fable. But yeah, any other questions here?
What is a dwarf?
Dwarf. Um,
Dwarfs.
yeah, dwarfs. Um, so does anybody know what dwarves are?
Mm, it's like a monster. Monster.
I think it's the small people.
Yeah, definitely. So small people, they're often dwarves. They're short and usually strong. They're really common in the Lord of the Rings.
Hmm.
Um, the miners, I guess, would be um, dwarves in the Lord of the Rings. Let's see if we can get a picture of them. Nope, not at all.
Ooh.
um, does that make sense, though?
Yes.
Okay, good. Any other questions about that first paragraph?
No.
Okay, and let's have Herman. Can you read the next paragraph?
Yes. Teacher, I could document. I just can see the half.
You can't pronounce have?
Half.
Okay. Yeah, so it sounds like have. You're saying it well. Have? Is that... I'm not sure what you're asking, Herman.
No, no, teacher. I can't see the document for reading because just could see the half. Um, I
Okay.
only could see unless it unless the okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
The events describe an explicitly moral tale, including peace, uh, could you
I can't
put
make it go
a
up.
little bit up?
I can't make it go up anymore. This is as much as it goes up. I'm sorry.
More up,
Yep,
about.
I know. Herman, I can't put it up anymore. It doesn't go up any further. I'm sorry. Maybe if we... No.
I just can read. I just can read something with unusual happen,
Okay.
but I could not read the first sentence.
Okay, like this? No. I don't know what to say, Herman. I can't change it any more than that.
Yes,
Um,
thank you.
yeah, maybe if just listening. Amy, can you try to read that second paragraph?
Okay. Just screw it up for me, please. Just go back to what you did before.
Like this?
A little more up. It was no, the one that you had before. You put it. You screw it down. There. Thank you. Right there.
Yeah.
Thanks. In less technical context, the term is also used to describe something blessed with unusual happiness, as in fairy tale ending, a happy ending, or fairy tale romance. So not all fairy tales end happily. Colloquially, a fairy tale or fairy story can also mean any or wait, hold, I can do this. Far-fetched story or old tale. It is used especially of any story that not only is not true, but could not possibly be true.
Exactly. Colloquially.
Oh,
Colloquially.
oh my goodness. Say it again, please.
Colloque. We, lee. Colloquially.
Collo- Ooh, colloquially.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Can you
what?
repeat it one more time?
Oh my no.
So it's easy. It's easy. Ka, loke,
Look,
we,
we,
a,
uh,
lee.
colloquially.
Yeah,
Why we?
colloquially.
I don't see that. I mean that word. That's crazy.
Yeah, one of those things. Cull,
Mm-hmm.
loke, we, lee.
Colloquially.
Yeah, colloquially.
Colloquially. All right. Got it.
Yeah,
And
good job.
what is the? Can you pronounce far-fetched? Or I don't know if I
Yeah.
have the pronunciation.
You did it pretty well the first time. Far-fetched.
Far.
Far-fetched.
What is that?
Can anybody explain what far-fetched means?
I I think Farfetch means impossible to happen.
Yeah, just impossible. We wouldn't say impossible.
Mm.
Impossible to happen. Impossible to happen sounds a little bit odd. Um, impossible, unlikely. But yeah, we wouldn't say impossible to happen. But that was good. That's exactly what it is. Amy, any other questions?
No. I'm all
Okay.
good. Thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else have any questions here?
Yeah, and I'll talk what story or tall tale. What is that tall tale?
David, I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat that one more time?
What is tall tale?
Tall tale.
Tall
Okay,
tale.
what? Yeah, what's a tall tale? Does anybody know? Any ideas what a tall tale is?
Isn't the same as Farfetch?
Close, yeah. It's a unbelievable story. It's a tall tale. Um, yeah, it's just another way of saying a far-fetched story. Um, does that make sense? Yeah, tall tale. So like, yeah, just a story with unbelievable elements. And I guess usually a tall tale is related as if it's true. So a tall tale is told as if it were 100% fact. Um, but it's definitely unbelievable. And that's it. Good. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So a tall tale can be, you know, those stories that you hear in small towns. I
Yeah.
don't know if I make myself clear. Like you know, like I don't know. It's like we have so many Spanish tales that I mean, I'm from Ecuador, so so Spanish tales like has mystery and they're not real, but people believe in them, and I don't know if it's a kind of tall tale or maybe I'm misunderstanding the concept.
No, I think that's definitely true. That's pretty much the same exact thing. So like small town tales that are kind of unbelievable, but people still kind of believe. They're like myths or legends. Like small town legends would be tall tales, definitely. That's awesome. It's a really good comparison, Amy.
Thank
Yeah,
you. Legend.
yeah, definitely. Nice job. Okay, any other questions on this page before we move on? Any last questions? Okay, let's go on to yeah, like the Loch Ness monster. It's that's kind of like a legend maybe, but yeah, that could be a tall tale as well. And the next one, Nacho. We haven't heard from you for a while. Nacho, can you read this paragraph?
Okay, fairy tale reading. In cultures where demons and witches are perceived as real, fairy tales may merge into legends, where the narrative is perceived both by teller and hearers as being grounded in historical truth. However, unlike legends and epics, they usually do not contain more than superficial references to religion and actual places, people, and events. They take place once upon a time rather than in actual times.
Nicely done. Okay, a couple words at the beginning. Cultures, cultures.
Culture, cultures,
Nice. Cultures
cultures,
and demons, demons.
demons, demons.
Good. Okay. Yeah, and does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay, so
No.
if there are no questions, let's go to the next page. And let's have Nacho. Can you ask Amy the first question?
Okay. Amy, what are some typical fairy tales characters?
Fairy tale characters. Oh, do I have to name them? Like
Yeah.
give examples of what about Pinocchio? And um Alice in Wonderland?
Okay. Yeah. Think like stock characters.
Oh.
It's like reusable, kind of like just generalities.
Hmm. Can you give me an example so I can follow you?
Yeah. So like think witches.
Oh, okay. Doors
Yeah.
and gnomes. I don't know if I have the
Nice.
yeah. And how many more I have to?
Let's see how long you can go. I think you can get at least 2 more.
Giants
Yeah.
and I don't know. Smurfs.
They can be Smurfs. Okay. Nice. That's fine. Those are good. Okay. Amy, can you ask Herman the next question?
Herman, what is the difference between a fairy tale and a legend?
A fairy tale, it's when the story is it's I don't know how to say mm, it's a fantastic story, and a legend it's when the when the people talk about something that happened before.
Okay, close. We wouldn't say
So
the
it's
people remember, just people.
okay.
So that's a small correction. Yeah, I think you're really close. Maybe, yeah. So legends, maybe like perceived as being historically true. They're kind of still tall tales. Um, so legends can be also a little bit far-fetched, but yeah, um, something like that. Can you expand on this a little bit more? Is there anything you can expand on, or is that it, you think?
Yes, a legend could be more a realistic history than a fantastic story.
Okay. Instead,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry, I think that's good. Okay, good. And Roman, can you ask David the next question?
Yes. Um, could you put the document more
Definitely.
down? Okay. What is another colloquial meaning for fairy tale?
It's for each, right?
Sorry, David?
Is the question is for me?
Yes.
Okay. So, well, I think when we read the slide that said that, for example, another colloquial meaning is told tale. Uh, Yeah, I think.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, it's a little bit hard to hear you, David. I think your internet connection is just a little bit slow.
yeah, it's very poor today. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Um, so yeah, these things here. So something like this would be a colloquial way of saying it, maybe. Also, like any far-fetched story or tall tale, like you said, that was perfect. Also, any story that is not only true, but could not possibly be true. So those are other ways of doing it. So you can say, um, yeah, maybe let's have Nacho. Nacho, can you give us some examples of a colloquial meaning for fairy tale? Can you give us an example?
An example for colloquial meaning. Uh, Colloquial meaning for a fairy tale, I think, could be some story that people understand like it was real, but in fact it's not real. It's impossible to be real because it happens in another world, different world.
Okay, maybe. Um, I think a colloquial way that I might use fairy tale is if my friend tells me something that's really unbelievable. Like, so last weekend I flew down to Brazil and I played soccer with Ronaldinho and I ended up beating him. And it was unbelievable, and I flew back and I didn't take any pictures. I could tell my friend, stop telling me fairy tales, I don't believe you. Um, or you could say, oh my goodness, that was such a fairy tale wedding. That was beautiful. So something that's like really beautiful, unbelievable in a good way, or something that's really bad could be fairy tale. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Um, and Nacho, can you ask Maestra the last? Can you ask Amy the last question?
Okay. Amy, where do fairy tales normally take place?
Um, Fairy tales. Joshua, I have a question. How can I answer that question? Because you just gave us an example of two examples of fairy tales. One
I gave you
is the one that you.
examples of colloquial meanings of fairy
Oh,
tales.
colloquium is. Oh, okay. Just want to make sure that I'm going to answer right.
Yeah.
Where do fairy tales normally take place? I don't know. In unreal places, like very far, far, far away.
Yeah. Far, far away. That's a good one. They take place far, far away. You could say once upon a time. You could even talk about, oh wow. You could talk about like the setting. So you could talk about like, is it forest or desert or the ocean? You could talk about something specific like that. Far, far away. Away
Mhm.
is perfect. Once upon a time. So generally not in real places is kind of the thing. Generally not in real places. So like in this last page, um, yeah,
Should I say unusual places?
unusual places. Yeah, unrealistic places or false places. Unusual places could work as well. Um, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Does anybody have any questions here on this page? On this page? Yeah. Any questions here?
No.
Okay. Good. And let's go to the last page. Talk about a picture. And Amy, can you read the title and the directions?
Uh, what is happening in the picture? Why? What will happen next?
Good. Herman, can you start? Can you tell us what's happening?
Yes. Mm, Could you put the image more down, please? Just for see all. Okay. I think he's the little man is a dwarf. No, no, it's not. No, it's not a dwarf, right?
I wouldn't say he's a dwarf. He doesn't look like a dwarf. Maybe an elf.
Like Peter Pan.
Yeah, maybe he could be
Yes.
A fairy?
a fairy.
A fairy. Yes, a fairy. And the man who's sleeping at the table is pretty is dreaming about about a princess,
Oh.
and then the fairy tale is waiting for he wake up, and he is going to help him to find the lady.
Okay,
Nice.
good. Okay, David, how will the story end? How will that story end?
Joshua, I know I also told the story.
Okay, well, can you make up a story for this?
It's like a name.
I can't quite hear you, David. We're actually just about out of time anyways.
It's a shoemaker.
A shoemaker? Yeah, maybe he's a shoemaker.
It's a shoemaker. There are boots all around.
Yeah, there are boots all around. They might be his boots, though. It looks like he's not wearing any. So you never know, but yeah, he could be a
That's the
shoemaker.
story of the elves and the shoemaker. That's what
Okay. I think that's a good call, maybe. But yeah, like I said, unfortunately, we are out of time. I have another class right after this. If you guys want to join, feel free. But if not, have a really good afternoon, evening, or day. And hopefully I'll see you guys again soon.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
guys.